Hey everyone, it's Ronald's World and Opinions here. So today I'm gonna talk about the new revised MacBook Pro 2017 edition. So same ad, Touch of Genius. So it's a touch bar thing that's on the machine, same as last year. It is thin. So it is thin. It's razor thin, very sleek, compact. You know, it fits in your bag, all that good stuff. So they said it's up to 4.1 gigahertz turbo boost. I don't know about that. It has a 500 nit brightness display. Yeah, it's nice. You can see things. It's really good. 10 hours of battery life. I don't know about that, honestly. I mean, the quad cores you won't get that, but probably on the 13-inch you might get it. As long as you don't do any kind of graphics work, yeah, you could. Yeah, it's the 13-inch one is like 2.5 to 3 pounds, and the 15-inch is what, 4 pounds or something like that. So they're light machines, pretty lightweight, portable machine. So it's not bad. You know, they have that butterfly switch keyboard. So, you know, I typed on it on the one that came out in November of last year, but it's just it was very mixed results when I typed on it. So, you know, I typed pretty good, but the key travel was something that bothered me with it. So it was a butterfly switch. So it's one of those things. Touch bar, I kind of think in a way they should have put a touch screen there, or just, you know, not even put that touch bar on it. So I still think that way, even now. So, you know, it's cool in a way, but to me it's a gimmick. So that's what it is. That's my opinion on the touch bar. It's the same as last year. So that's pretty much what it is. You have Touch ID, it works. Yeah, it works. On the touch bar models, they work. But it's all good. Not all apps work on the touch bar. Actually, you got to play with it a little bit, but not all apps do, so that's pretty much it. So, yeah. Fast, I mean, I used Final Cut Pro on that thing once, and it didn't. I wasn't getting the things I was supposed to get, the results. So, yeah, the SSD is fast, real fast. So that's, you know, something to not. It's not a joke. It's real fast. But I don't think you get up to 4.1 gigahertz in real world use. So that's not. That's probably not true, but it's a claim. Here's what I don't like. I still don't like this. They use a AMD video card. My Asus has a 1070, a GTX 1070 card in it. It's much better than any of these video cards that Apple puts in these MacBook Pros. You know, and I get 8 gigs of GDDR5 RAM. VRAM on the 1070. This one you only get 4 gigs. It's not. I mean, you can't game on it, so you know, and all that stuff. It's not very good. So yeah, and the 13-inch one, I don't know. I kind of think they should give you some kind of video card, but it's alright. You know, you can just hook up a Razer core, or now they support it, so you can hook up a Razer core and get the, you know, performance you're looking for in terms of graphics. But that's another $500 for that, and then I gotta go buy a 1070. Let's say I wanted to go get a 1070, the GTX 1070. That's another like $400 for that. So that's like a $900 purchase on top of the machine. So that's one of those things. It's way too expensive, honestly. Yeah, I mean, can I video edit on it? Yeah, I can, but it's not the best experience, especially when I start using things like Premiere on there. It's not the best experience anymore. It performs very differently. So, you know, it's what it is. Because I actually seen it already, what it will do if you don't use like iMovie or Final Cut Pro when you're video editing. So I already got to see it, so it's not the best. The SSD is fast on there, so it's pretty good. It's pretty fast, so you don't have to worry about slow read and write speeds. So yeah, you get a Kaby Lake processor now. I don't know why they didn't give that to you when it came out in the first place, but well, it's there now. But it's all right. So you get you get up to 4 gigahertz or whatever turbo boost. 4.1 on the 15-inch MacBook Pro. 13-inch is 4.0 gigahertz. Can't overclock these things, so that's about it. I don't think you get 10 hours. I mean, I've seen this thing get hot. I mean, and all that stuff. So I don't think so. But it is portable, though. Don't get me wrong. It's pretty portable. So I mean, it works. It works, but in terms of the portability, it's much more portable than my Asus laptop. But my Asus has more power. So yeah, Retina display. It's a nice screen, but again, I always complain about this. They should give these customers 4K displays. I don't know why they don't. So it is what it is here. Oh well. So yeah, they give you P3 color, so that's good. I mean, it's nice. The colors pop and all that stuff, but that's pretty much it. Speakers, they could have put a subwoofer there, but it sounds decent. But I still think it's tinny for that size. But I mean, it sounds decent. You know, I got to hear them already. They sound pretty decent, but it's not like they're anything that blows your mind. So trackpad, it's huge, but if you turn on the tap to click or whatever, the tap to touch or whatever, the trackpad skips around. So yeah, you might as well not even have that on. But anyways, that's what it is. Thunderbolt 3. Well, here's the thing, right? I still think this way. They should have actually gave the customers, you know, some full size USB ports and some of the other ports, SD card reader, you know, stuff like that. But Thunderbolt 3, it's good, but it's good for like stuff like the Razer Core, put it in and things like that. But that's pretty much it in terms of that. But they work. They're cool. It's the future, but it's not right now. So Mac OS, yeah, it's different experience from using a PC, but you know, it's still a computer, so that's the thing about it. The 13-inch, well, this one doesn't have a touch bar, but this one's kind of, it's okay, but the 128 gig SSD for $1,300, yikes. Whew. That thing should be $256 for $1,300, but oh well, it is what it is. They only give you 2 Thunderbolt ports, so one of them gets used for charging, and the other ones get used on the Razer Core or whatever. You have nothing to plug in there. That's the problem. And this one starts at what, $17.99? It's the one with the 4 Thunderbolt ports. So, I mean, it's alright, but I mean, at least you get more ports, but again, one of them gets used for charging, so I mean, I don't know how this would work out, but they should give you 16 gigs of RAM, like to start off with, instead of 8. It's ridiculous, you know, for things like video editing and running a bunch of apps, multitasking, things like that. More RAM you got, better you are. It's kind of ridiculous though, and this thing starts out at $17.99 and it just goes up from there. It's pretty crazy though, but it is what it is. And you got the 15-inch one. Alright, you get a quad-core i7. It's the 7700HQ processor. It's the one that the Asus have. But yeah. So You get 256 gig SSD. That's okay. They should have given you more, but yeah. And they give you, how come they give you DDR3 RAM? I mean, only 16 gigs too. You can't upgrade these things. So it's pretty sad, honestly, but it's what it is. And how come, like, I don't like this AMD GPU they give you. They should have given me like a GTX 1070 at least. I mean, it's so much more powerful than that GPU. It's way better. It's much better. It is what it is, though. It's Apple, so can't do anything about it. It's Apple. So, anyways, that's my 2 cents on this MacBook. I mean, it's alright. I mean, it's much more portable than my Asus, but the Asus is much better in terms of performance. So, anyways, that's about it. I mean, if you guys want to buy a MacBook Pro, I mean, you're still welcome to do that. I mean, even sometimes I want it, but again, when I look at it really from the money's perspective and what I can really do with it, it doesn't perform very well. So, all right, folks, I will see you in the next episode. Talk to you later. Peace and have a great night, everyone.